Good morning everybody. Third week of January, it's time for another film review. I haven't done my retro one as I said like I would. It's been quite a busy week, but I did get time to go see a new film, and it is another Oscar frontrunner. I am talking about Bombshell. Yes, that's right. A magnificent film, expertly cast. The likes of Nicole Kidman, Margaret Robbie, Charlize Theron, John Lithgow, Kate McKinnon, and a cameo by Malcolm McDowell, playing a quite peripheral figure, which we will go on to later. So basically, the story of Bombshell is about a scandal in the Fox News network, played out about 4 to 5 years ago. You could say that it's one of the influx that have started the #MeToo movement. Of course, said movement that was in place before, but I think that, like what we're saying with this, is it sort of sparked off one of the conversations or the things for it. So back to the plot. Basically, it's at the Fox News network, which is controlled by the Murdochs. That is the aforementioned cameo that Malcolm McDowell made by playing Rupert Murdoch. So Roger Elms is the owner and creator of the Fox News. He's the head honcho, played by the always excellent John Lithgow. One actor who I have a lot of time for, a magnificent actor by many stretches. So basically, your three centre female-led roles are Margot Robbie, Charlize Theron, and Nicole Kidman. Absolutely, like I say, an absolutely electric cast. So you've got Margot Robbie. Sorry, let's go with Charlize Theron. You've got Charlize Theron, who is basically the head anchor of everything. She is the centerpiece, not only of this story but of the Fox News network, just below Roger Elms, who is the man there. Basically, she's been fronted with the task to talk to Donald Trump on the upcoming election, and there's been friction between the two. What's quite magnificent about this film is it is by all means, first of all, a dramatisation, and they make it very clear that some of the names and aliases have been altered to fit the story. Some real, some aren't. So with that said in mind, they use stock footage of Donald Trump and they play it into what's used there, which is quite clever. Really. That they could have got an actor to play Donald Trump, considering they got John Lithgow to play Roger Elms, Malcolm McDowell to play Rupert Murdoch. You sort of think I suppose maybe there was someone in mind to play Donald Trump, but then again you're sort of thinking, well, I'll play myself. Even though it's stock footage, I'm pretty sure he's got somewhere down the line he'll probably have a credit as something. And if this was to win the Oscars it's expected to, Donald Trump will probably take credit for it, and say, not only am I President of the United States, the WWE Hall of Famer, I'm also an Oscar nominated actor, y'all. Even though I'm not actually nominated, I'm in an Oscar winning film. But back to the story, enough that carry on. She sparks off controversy by challenging Trump, which in front, knowing that Donald Trump is a supporter of the Fox News network and vice versa, they don't take too kindly to it. So John Lithgow's you gotta play ball here. We move on to Nicole Kidman, who is the elder statesman in terms of longevity at the Fox News network. Used to be higher up in the echelons. Recently has fallen down the pecking order because she was one who didn't want to play ball. which we'll get on to in a minute. And of course, it results in her losing her job. Sideways to that comes in Margot Robbie, the youngest of the trio in terms of the storyline and what we're going for here. She's the young intern, like, who's bounced around a few news networks, has come to Fox and wants to shoot straight to the top. And of course, this is where we get to the real meaty part of the storyline. Nicole Kidman's character fired because she rebuffs one John Lithgow's, Roger Ames' sexual advances. Yeah, that's where like we're going with. Charlize Theron's character has stayed in power because down the line ages ago, she was also tempted with his sexual advances, but refused them. And then we've got Margot Robbie's character, who's young, moving in there, and of course, you know, as Roger has put him, like himself, very young bait. So so basically, Nicole Kidman's character Gretchen is fired. She then brings up the fact that you know, like, for many years I have become a victim of Roger Elm's sexual predatorness. And basically, like, he doesn't take too kindly, like, the allegation. Everyone's like, come on, like, are you sure like this happened? She's like, yes, it's true, it happened. You know, like, I've asked people are reluctant to come through. And eventually, as momentum gathers, as there's more talk about this, more people do come forward, which gets him not hot under the collar. Another lot expertly well acted role, like in this, like, was one of Alison Janney as Roger Elms's lawyer. She's not in it like for long, but as Alison Janney, as the brilliant actress like she is, she comes in and chews up scenery as only she can. Another actress who's gone under the radar in terms of the promotion of this film, but also plays I'd say, like, a very important role, and that's one of Kate McKinnon. It's the first time I've seen her in a straight role. Like, she's usually like the comic relief. Kate McKinnon, as some people might know from the Ghostbusters remake, the Christmas film, like Office Christmas Party, and various Saturday Night Live skits. Usually, like, plays like the funny psychic role. Like, for once, like, she's playing it straight. She plays it very well. And I'm actually a bit disappointed that in a Oscar-nominated film, she hasn't been recognised. But I suppose, like, there's only so much, like, you can do. I mean, to be honest, like, the fact that sort of it's swooped up supporting and main actresses, like, awards. You know, I'm not, and that also brings me, like, to another thing. Although, like, Nicole Kidman has less screen time than the likes of Charlize Theron and Margot Robbie, she's one who didn't get nominated. And of course, like she's been nominated, like, in the past, so, like, I think it's a shame that she didn't get, like, nominated again. You know, like, because I do feel as though that Nicole Kidman's performance is as equally as good as Margot Robbie's and Charlize Theron's performance. So why no love for Nicole? It's a mystery. But before I get back to the plot, special mention, like, I must go to the director Jay Roach. I talked last week about Sam Mendes and it, like, in his range. Jay Roach has shown another director, like, who's got fabulous range. Jay Roach, like some people might know, in the past has directed the Austin Powers trilogy, the Meet the Parents trilogy. Like, so basically, he's had a foothold in comedy for quite some time, and you know, this is a comedy drama type thing. It's not your laugh out loud like comedy. There are some funny moments, but less funny moments, like more drama moments, because at heart it is a drama. So it just goes to show that people like who's very good at directing comedies can also do drama. It's like for instance, Todd Phillips the director of Joker, has previous form in doing comedies, and I do think it's a real testament that for the best director nominations like this year, like they've got two directors in Jay Roach and Todd Phillips, who've done like form in comedy, getting nominated like for their craft, which I think is fantastic. So really glad like for that. So yeah, like hats goes off like to Jay Roach like for doing like another like brilliant film. I haven't seen this film like The Big Short. It has been like recommended to me, so I'll probably get the time to watch that. So yeah, we've centered around like the three main like women who are all playing their part to bring down like the empire of Fox and Roger Helms. So yeah, basically John Lithgow's like Roger Helms has been convicted of sexual like harassment. It's gathering momentum, more people coming forward. Some are reluctant, some are sort of like trying to protect like the legacy of Fox, sort of saying, you know, like sweep under the rug, sort of saying, nah, there's no such thing as sexual like harassment like at Fox. No, of course not. But this is what makes this film like so important, that you know, it's definitely a film for now. You know, the fact that sort of a lot of this is brought up in general conversation in the workplace, like sexual harassment, the way that everything like is contrived, how you should conduct yourself, not only in the workplace but in general life as such. So like the fact that this film has came out is really clever, and it's really interesting that it's made by Lionsgate, and you'd sort of think a film made about the Fox network being whipped, you wouldn't want the Fox network to have 20th Century Fox like to have like handprints on this, like, so like a company like Lionsgate has picked it up. Unfortunately, it hasn't done so well in America, which actually comes to no surprise because of the whole sort of subject matter, sort of like, I think that's sort of it's a controversial film in terms of this is what you know, like the likes of Fox want to distance themselves from, like, because let's face it, Fox controlled the monopoly of news in America. Over here, I expect it to do so well, like a lot better, because sort of like there's the curiousness of what's going on in this film, like the curiousness of the storyline as such, and I think it is like a dark horse like to do well at the Oscars, and of course Theron and Robey has been like nominated. Margaret Robey, like, let's talk about her. This young actress has grown strength to strength as the year goes by. I mean, another year, another Oscar nomination. I think like this makes three or four now. There's no stopping like this young lady. She's a phenomenal actress. You know, she's still got like the Harley Quinn film to come, and Suicide Squad 2. You know, she's on top of the world like right now. So, you know, fair play like to her. Charlize Theron, brilliant actress, Oscar nominated once again. You know, she's got competition, like, I think, like this year, like with Scarlett like Johansson and others, but you know, she might like run them close. She does give a really good performance. I don't know too much about the real person that she plays. All I know is that you know, she's a tour de force, and Charlize Theron plays it like a tour de force. So magnificent for her. Let's talk about John Lithgow as well. I think like John Lithgow clearly had a lot of fun playing this role. In terms of sort of like, it gets to be his hammy over the top self, sort of you know, the prosthetics on John Lithgow are quite spectacular. I think like pretty much they've given him like his fat suit, carrying on like from The Crown. Like there's one line like that he says, like I'm being accused of sexual harassment, like women are threatening me. For God's sake, I look like Jabba the Hutt, and literally, like in this, he does look like Jabba the Hutt in a suit. Sorry, if you're watching, sorry, John, but yeah, John Lithgow, brilliant actor, strength from strength. You know, he keeps going for that, but yeah, and like Malcolm McDowell, like he's briefly in it, like he plays like Rupert Murdoch, and for a Scotsman, like he doesn't mean like Australian accent, so he's very good at that. And speaking of accents, Charlize like Theron's like of accent, you know, to put off a New York accent and have it so well, especially for a South African like who are notorious for having like very very thick accents. She does that very well. So like to summarise, like what can I say about Bombshell? Like other than it's a spectacular film, very very like informative. And I've one like enjoyed it. I think it will be like it's got a good chance of getting lots of Oscars. Like it didn't get like any of the Golden Globes, like, which is disappointing. But you still got the BAFTAs and the Oscars to come, so things might change. Why should you go see Bombshell? Pretty much, let's sum it up. If you have an intrigue for real life drama, facts, and just a good all round suspenseful story, then you would enjoy this very much. It does have a lot of very satirical humour, and that's what I think plays it well. It's a comedy drama at heart. Not very many funny laugh out loud moments, but some really good satirical lines in it. You know, the screenplay is quite apt. So yeah. Rating, what would I give it? Unfortunately, it just about misses out on 5 stars. It's not quite there as I'm not a film as that statue, but it runs it close. So I'm gonna give it 4 stars out of 5. It's a magnificent film. Well cast, like I say, Charlize Theron, Margot Robbie, John Lithgow, Kate McKinnon, Nicole Kidman. Please go watch, enjoy. I'm not sure like what's going to be like next on the radar. I think like possibly like the David Copperfield film, like that looks pretty amazing. So if that might be next on the radar. If not, I will be doing another video soon. Like maybe I might throw in like a retro one if I get the time. But if not, hopefully same time next week. Another film on the radar. So yep. Anybody wants to leave any comments, please do so below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and you go and have yourselves a good day and go see Bombshell if you can. Thank you very much. Goodbye.